Alrighty guys, we've reached part 3 of 6 of my top 30 favorite films. This is going to be number 20 to number 16, so if you haven't seen part 2, click the annotation on screen or click the link in the comment section below. But for now, let's keep the countdown going. Number 20. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. Willy Wonka has announced he's hidden 5 golden tickets inside of his candy bars, and the first 5 children to find them will be given a tour of his magical chocolate factory. The first 4 children to find golden tickets are evil, spoiled, and rotten little kids. And the last one is found by a nice kid named Charlie. Bad things happen to all the bad kids, and in the end, Charlie is rewarded for being honest. Even though the message of the movie is to be a good kid, it doesn't try to shove it in your face, and besides, you're too busy having a good time with everything going on. My favorite part of the movie is when they walk into the chocolate room. Because really, what kid wouldn't like an entire room made of candy? Even the adults in the movie have a good time. There's so many things to like about this movie. You got the Oompa Loompas, the awesome musical numbers, but I think best of all, you have Gene Wilder playing Willy Wonka. He does such a great job playing the character. I like how one minute he's happy, jumping around singing songs, and the next minute he's having a freak out.
And they're certainly not showing any signs that they are slowing!
In the end, it's a movie that shows you that if you look in the right places, the world is full of pure imagination. Number 19. Saw. The first thing you see is 2 guys waking up in a bathroom with their legs chained to the wall, and they have no idea how or why they got there. There's a dead guy in the middle of the room holding a tape recorder. They grab it and hear one of my all-time favorite movie lines.
Hello, Adam. Dr. Gordon. I want to play a game.
The person on the tape tells the doctor that he has to kill Adam in a certain amount of time, and if he doesn't, he's gonna kill the doctor's family. And all this happens in the first 3 minutes of the movie. Since neither of them want to die, they work together and try to figure out the last thing they remember before ending up in their situation. There is some side story stuff going on to help fill in some of the pieces, but a good majority of the film takes place inside of the bathroom. And as time starts running out for the doctor, the tension between the 2 characters builds up to an awesome finale. The success of this film turned it into the biggest horror franchise of the 2000s, where it made sequel after sequel, finally stopping at a 7th film. But all the sequels failed to capture the same raw intensity that this one had. So if you're gonna watch any of them, I'd watch the first one. This movie is a true definition of a psychological thriller. Number 18. The Sandlot. Scott Smalls moves into a new neighborhood. He's a weird and awkward kid who wants to make new friends. He meets Benny, who's the leader of a group of friends who play baseball together, and he introduces Scott to the gang.
Timmy and Tommy Timmons. Mike Squints Pelladors. Alan McLennan, we call him Yeah. Bertram Grover Weeks. Kenny DeNunez, and Hamilton Porter. We call him Ham. Guys, this is Scott Smalls.
Hi.
After being accepted by the gang, Scott takes his dad's prized possession, a baseball signed by Babe Ruth.
You mean to tell me that you went home and swiped a ball that was signed by Babe Ruth, and you brought it out here and actually played with it?
He hits it right over the fence into the territory of the Beast, a giant dog that devours anything that falls into his yard. Then it becomes a mission for them to try to get the ball back before Scott's dad comes home from vacation. I like this movie so much because it reminds me of when I moved into my new neighborhood when I was a kid. Even though the story has to do with baseball, it's really all about having fun with your friends. As we get older, the things we perceive as fun begin to change, and this movie does a great job of reminding us what we used to enjoy so much when we were kids. Number 17. A Clockwork Orange. This is one that I know a lot of people have heard of, but maybe have never seen. The story centers around Alex DeLarge, played by Malcolm McDowell.
And what's so stinking about it?
Alex and his droogs enjoy bringing pain and suffering to others. Their many hobbies include violence, rape, and torturing random people. But one day, Alex takes it too far and accidentally murders someone. He undergoes an experimental treatment that forces him to watch disturbing images for several hours to cure his lust for violence.
You've proved to me that all this ultra-violence and killing is wrong and terribly wrong. I've learned my lesson, sir. I see now what I've never seen before.
Stanley Kubrick does a great job of raising a lot of questions with this film. Is it right for the government to take away Alex's free choice? Is the government the villain and Alex the victim? It leaves a lot of questions for the audience to decide for itself, and that's what makes it so great. Number 16, Super 8. Named after the camera that was used to capture footage of a horrific train crash. A few friends are filming a movie when they witness this accident, but when they go back and review the footage, they find something they didn't expect.
What the hell?
A giant monster that escapes the train. I love how the movie slowly reveals what the monster looks like. Iconic movie monsters like Frankenstein and the creature from the Black Lagoon are seen fairly early in their movies, but here there's a lot of suspense and mystery to what the monster looks like. This builds up and actually pays off quite nicely when you see the monster. This is a great movie, but my favorite scene actually comes at the end credits when it shows the movie that the kids had been working on throughout the film. It reminds me of films that I worked on when I was younger, so I can really relate to it in that sense. The kids in the movie are incredible. For being so young, they really carry the story along and keep it entertaining for an audience of any age.
I don't see how the guy playing Detective Hathaway can ask where the zombies are coming from.
So it's hard to really tell who steals the show, the monster or the kids.